Imagine you are setting up for a massive festival party. You have a stack of sweet boxes on the table, 4 boxes to be exact, and every single box is packed with exactly 12 ladus. You need to know exactly how many sweets you have for your guests. You could open every box and count them one by one, or you could write out an addition problem, 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. But in everyday life, adding the same number over and over again is incredibly slow and clunky. Take a look at this equation. Instead of all that addition, we can use a mathematical shortcut, multiplication. The sequence shrinks down to simply 12 times 4, which equals 48. The number we are multiplying, the 12, is called the multiplicand. The number doing the multiplying, the 4, is the multiplier. And the final answer? That is your product. Mastering multiplication gives you the ability to scan a room or a shop shelf and calculate massive quantities in seconds. Before we tackle massive numbers, look at this diagram to see the first golden rule of multiplication, the rule of order. 14 times 9 equals 126, but if you flip it to 9 times 14, you get the exact same product. You can always swap the multiplier and the multiplicand without changing the answer. The second golden rule is the rule of 1. Anytime you multiply a number by 1, the product is just the original number itself. 44 times 1 is exactly 44. The third rule is the rule of 0, and it is the ultimate eraser. Any number multiplied by 0 becomes 0. So what is 175 times 0? It's 0. Knowing these 3 simple rules allows you to instantly solve specific math problems on site. You don't have to write anything down or reach for a calculator. Of course, some problems are too big for mental math. Watch this layout of 523 multiplied by 4. To solve this, we arrange it vertically into hundreds, tens, and ones columns. Step 1. Start in the ones column. 3 times 4 is 12. Because 12 is a 2-digit number, we drop the 2 into our product line and carry over the 1 to the top of the tens place. Step 2. Multiply the tens column. 2 times 4 is 8. But here is the critical part. You must add that carried over 1 to your result. 8 plus 1 gives us 9, which goes straight into the product line. Step 3. Finish with the hundreds column. 5 times 4 is 20. We drop that straight down to complete our final product, 2092. The most common trap is simply forgetting that carried over digit. Including it in your calculation is what ensures your multi-digit products are actually correct. Now, let's look at a visual trick for speed. This is the 0 hack for multiplying by tens or hundreds. Look at 32 times 40. That 0 makes it look difficult, so we just temporarily detach it and push it to the side. Now we just multiply 32 by 4, which is a much easier 128. Then grab that 0 and stick it right back onto the end of your answer. 1,280. So what is 15 times 10? Multiply 15 by 1, add the 0, and you get 150 instantly. If you don't have zeros to work with, you can create your own shortcuts using expanded form. See how this intimidating number, 148, splits apart? We break it down into 100, 40, and 8. Then we apply our multiplier of 3 to each individual block. We calculate each part separately. 100 times 3 is 300. 40 times 3 is 120. 8 times 3 is 24. Finally, you just add those 3 manageable results together to get your final product of 444. No matter how large a number looks at first glance, it can always be hacked, pulled apart, or broken down into simple pieces. Let's pull this out of the abstract and apply it to a real-world scenario. Imagine you are buying return gifts for a party. You need to buy 12 gifts, and each one costs 55 rupees. Look at how this sentence works as a math problem. By extracting just the core data, the 12 gifts and the cost of 55 rupees per gift, we instantly build a clean multiplication equation. 55 times 12, which gives us a total cost of 660 rupees. Sometimes you don't even need the exact number, you just need a close guess. That is where estimation comes in. If you need to multiply 68 by 3, you can round the 68 up to the nearest 10, make it 70, multiply that by 3, and you get a highly accurate estimate of 210 in a fraction of the time. Let's test everything you've learned. Imagine you have 18 packets of marbles, and there are exactly 30 marbles in each packet. Using the 0 hack, mentally calculate the total. 18 times 3 is 54. Snap the 0 on the end, and you have exactly 540 marbles. Using these rules and hacks shortens the path from a complex word problem to a simple answer. It makes everyday math faster and more accurate, whether you are at the store or in the classroom. Thanks for learning with Special 5 online tuitions.